This is Spidey 1958 and welcome to a new series that I'm starting up that's basically just builds for Pathfinder Kingmaker. And that I don't know if I'll do any more. It'll probably depend a little on what you guys say. I basically try to do these builds all out and build them all out in advance, so it takes quite a bit of time because I'm not fast at that. Now this first build is going to be a straightforward single class build that I think is a great build, and especially since it's good at low level as well as getting better for high level. Now it's not going to be the ultimate in anything. It's sort of a jack of all trades, though it is really, really good in summoning. So let's go ahead. I don't know if you guys realize this, but you can click here, and if you have additional photos added, portraits, you can select different portraits. So there's a person who's released a really nice pack on it. Let's go and use that one. Not perfect, but it'll do. Oops, that's not what I want. Okay, we're going to stick with human. And we are going to be a Munster Tactician. This is basically an Inquisitioner's class that is all about summoning monsters and having them work as teammates. So this is also about team type feats. So let's go ahead and get started here. So next. So I think we're going to worship Aristil, because as far as I know, she is the only one that has the community domain, which I sort of like. Basically, the community domain gives you 1d6 plus 1 point cures that also remove fatigue, shaken, and sickened. And that which you can throw 3 plus your wisdom modifier a day. So at higher levels, these become a lot less nice, but it's nice at first level having an extra 7 or 8 heal spells. And at 8th level, you're going to need ability where you can basically create an area. You can't move, but it lasts for 1 hour per level, where all friendly creatures in it get a bonus equal to your wisdom modifier on all saving throws and attack throws while inside that. So everyone gets a +4 hit. So community is a nice domain. So let's go ahead and select that. And we're going to do 16 here, 16 here, 13 here, and a 12 here. We only need this to be 13, and I don't really want to drop any stats, so that is why we're only doing 13. But there are a couple feats that you really need to have a 13 dexterity for, so that's why we're doing it. Another nice thing about this class is all skills are basically class skills for you. So, but it's usually best to specialize. So, and you get 5 points here. So we're going to specialize in perception or persuasion, which isn't a great skill for us, but since we're going to be a baron, I think we should take it. Perception, religion, nature, and then we could either, your choice at this point is to specialize in something like athletics, or you can split it around and get like 1 in all these skills that are class skills, so you have a little bonus. I think we're going to go ahead and just specialize in athletics since we have a good strength. So let's go ahead and hit next. Okay, so the first feat we're going to take is going to be spell focus, conjuration. And then the next feat we're going to take is augment summoning, which just basically means that all the summoned creatures will have a +4 bonus to strength and constitution, which means they'll have +2 hit points per level and be +2 hit and damage additional. So it's nice to get that early when it makes the biggest difference to your pets. So you'll be able to summon one dog that's going to be pretty strong and healthy. So next. And you get 2 spells. We're going to start out with Cure Light and Divine Favor. Divine Favor basically will let us buff ourselves up a little for hit and weapon damage, and Cure Light will basically, it's a standard cure spell. So next, we will make them pious.
Contemplate on your mistakes.
And this build, you can only be lawful good, or neutral good, lawful good, or lawful neutral. So we'll go with neutral good. It's sort of my default. And we'll call her Xena. Oops, maybe we'll call her Xena if I click on the field. There we go. She's nothing like Xena, but it's a leader type, and that's the first name that popped into my head. So we don't really care about birth date. So let's go ahead and do next. And there we have our beginning, our first level of our character. 10 hit points, +3 hit. And that because their BAP is not great, so they are going to depend on their armor class, and their hit is going to depend a lot on their buff spells. So this is going to have lots of buff spells and lots of curing. That's not really that much in the way of offensive magic. So let's go ahead and complete. And I will go ahead and be back as soon as I give them some experience. Okay, we're back. So let's go ahead and do our second level here. Boom. And we're going to just keep the same 5 stats going up. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. Okay, so for our second level spell, I think we will take Shield of Faith, so we can buff our armor class. Boom. And complete. Okay, third level. We're going to take the same skills again. And next. And we're going to take Combat Casting. And we're going to take Precise Strike. And for our spell, we'll go ahead and take Bless. Complete. Next level. Boom. Put it in the Wisdom. Same stats. Okay, we get second level spells at this point, so we're going to go ahead and do Cure Moderate and Delay Poison. These spell choices you can choose differently. I built this whole idea around curing and buffing, so almost no offensive spells. So next. And complete. Next. This level we're actually going to get Bane. Our summon tactics, which means the tactic feats we chose our summoned creatures will have, which means they'll all be doing an extra die of damage if they're near each other. And then we get a summon monster 3. So next. Same stats. Boom. Next. And this time we're going to take Superior Summoning. Which basically, when we summon, we'll get one more creature if we get more than one. So if we summon wolves instead of 1d3, we'd get 1d3 plus 1. All of which would have Precise Strike. So you can see how these would be doing lots of damage. So next. And for this level, we'll just take lesser restoration. So next, and complete. Boom. We're going to get a teamwork feat this level. Boom. Doom, 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 doom. Doot. And we'll take outflank, which will basically give us +4 flanking instead of +2, which is very useful. And then we're going to take resist energy. And next. And complete. And then another level. Next. And this level we're going to take armor proficiency heavy. Now the one thing about that is this feat here, stalwart, you only get to use if you're wearing light, medium, or no armor. So going this heavy armor route means we won't be able to use that feat very often if we're wearing our armor. So next. But I think this build works best if you're standing there among your peers. So we'll go ahead and take True Strike, Cure Serious Wounds, and Prayer. Next. Complete. Okay, another level here. This level we're going to get our guarded health, hearth, which is basically the one I was telling you about, where they get an area where everyone's +4 save, +4 hit when they're inside. So it's great for a boss fight area. But it does take a full round or full turn? Full round to throw it, but most of summons do too, so not a big deal. So next. And we get another point of wisdom. Boom, 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 boom. Next. And this level we're going to take resist energy communal. Boom. And complete. And next we'll get another summon and a teamwork feat and a normal feat. Next. Usual skill bumps. Next. And this level I think we're going to take dodge. Boom. And we'll take shield wall, which basically means every person on next to me with a shield, if it's a light I get a +1, and if it's a heavy I get a +2. Won't really help me with my summons. None of my summons have shields, which is why I waited until this long to took it, because precise damage and the outflank I think are more likely to be used by my summon creatures. So, but that's just to get me a better armor class. So, and next. And we get 1/3 level spell, which we are going to do Heroism. Boom. You could do these spells in different orders depending on your play style, or you could do different spells, and that's really up to you. I'm just trying to give a reasonable progression that I think would work. So complete. Boom. Next. Next. And we'll go ahead and take remove paralysis and cure critical and burst of glory. Basically gives a +1 on attack rolls and saves against fear effects, +1 temporary hit point per caster level to all allies in a 10-foot burst. So set that off after I do my summons, and they'll be all buffed as well as the party. And what was, oh, I get another one. Cure critical. I forgot cure. No, I forgot to actually click on it. That's why. And complete. Next. This level we get that stalwart, which basically means you can make a fortitude or a will save against an attack with half damage on a successful save and avoid the damage entirely. So I think it's worth wearing heavier armor to lose that. What do we get at this level? 1 to 3 extra planar red caps of evil, 1 to 3 extra planar Bozanti Azatas. Okay. Another word I can't say. Next. Skill. Next. And I'm sort of rushing through this and not explaining much, because otherwise if I explain everything it's going to be a really long video. So I'm probably explaining too much as it is. But for our 11th level feat, we're going to go ahead and take shield focus. So this is going to be a weapon and board, but we never take martial weapons proficiency, so we're going to be stuck with simple weapons. Shield focus. Basically gives us +1 armor class if we're using a shield, which we're definitely going to be doing from the feats we took. Okay, so we're going to take protection from alignment, freedom of movement, and stone skin. Next. Complete. Next level. And we get another plus here. Now you here have a choice. You could put it in the wisdom, or you can put it in the strength. Since you don't do offensive spells, it's whether you want the additional heal and additional pluses. At this point, I think it's still worth putting it in the wisdom. But put it in the strength is a perfectly valid choice, I would think. Okay, next. Okay, we get a feat at this one, and we're going to do Shielded Caster, which basically, whenever adjacent to an alloy who has this feat, you receive a +4 on concentration. If they're using a buckler or light shield or a heavy shield, tower shield, you get an additional bonus. So it makes it easier to get your spells off when in the thick of things, and since this build is theoretically going to be in the thick of things, that's a good thing. Okay, so let's see. Where are we? Okay, I actually didn't choose a spell one on this one. Imagine that. Let's see. Divine Power. Boom. Okay, complete. Next, we get another feat, and we're up to 1 to 3 Soul Eaters, if evil, and I'm not even going to try to say that one. Okay, next. And for this feat, we're going to go ahead and take Armor Focus, Heavy Armor. Anything we can do to get our armor class up. And then we're going to take Magical Vestment, Cure Light Mass, and Righteous Might. Okay, next. And next. And for this level, we're going to go ahead and take Protection from Alignment Communal. And stone skin communal. Complete. Next. Next. Okay, for this level, I think we're going to go ahead and take a feat I normally take at a much lower level. Toughness. Just had too many other feats we want to do first. And then we'll go ahead and take Allied Spellcaster, which again gives us a bonus on concentration checks and level checks made to overcome spell resistance if we have an ally next to us with the feat. And there's always an ally next to us as long as there's an ally next to us. So that is our special ability. And we're going to go ahead and take Break Enchantment. And complete. 16th level. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. We get an extra point. Put it in Wisdom. Next. We're going to take... I already took that spell. Throwing myself off because of the extra spell I took. We'll take Restoration. And Cure Moderate Wounds Mass. And Heal. Next. Complete. Boom. So this is our last summon spell where we can get 1 to 3 extraplanar Movonic Divas. So, let's go ahead and do next. And I missed one. Next. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and take Missile Shield. Which means once per round with our weapon, we can basically deflect an arrow. Or a non-spell, non-huge, or natural attack we can't do. But we can deflect arrows and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do next. And I think we will take Protection from Energy and Cleanse. Complete. Next. Next. Raise our skills. I seem to miss that one. So we don't have much teamwork left. I think we're going to take back-to-back, which, if we're being attacked flanked, it gives us extra armor class. Less likely than some of the others that happen, but these, I don't really do much with combat maneuvers. And this one does a saving throw bonus. So you could take the saving throw one if you wanted. So, and next. And for this one, I think we will actually take an offensive spell, Blade Barrier. So next. And complete. Complete. 19th level. Our last feat. This actually doesn't do anything because we don't actually have judgments as a monster tactician. That's just a mistake. So next. Boom, 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 boom. Next. So I think this one we will take Intimidating Prowess, which basically lets us add strength to our persuasion if we want to intimidate. So, next. And we will take Sacred Nimbus. Next. Complete. And apparently I didn't give enough for 20th. But that's alright, you get the idea. And that. Let's go ahead and look at our character here. So at 19th level, oh, I was 100,000 short. Oh well. So at 19th level, we basically have 20 in athletics with the armor we currently have on, 22 persuasion, 28 in lore nature, 28 lore religion, and 37 perception. Our martials, we have plus 14, plus 9, plus 4, so we get 3 attacks. Our melee attacks are plus 17, plus 12, and plus 7. Now notice I didn't take any weapon focus or anything like that. And we got 155 hit points. So there we basically have it. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked it, leaving me a dislike's fine, but please leave a comment saying why you disliked it. As always, this is Spidey1958, and have fun gaming.